Do you want to like set them all up so
they're
just put them on the thing? I think this is quite funny. It's like
they look like penises. Okay, so today we're making healthy brownies. I know that sounds weird, but that's what we're doing today. So the way that we're actually making this healthy is we're actually going to be using kind of a special recipe, and I think you'll be surprised at some of the ingredients that are involved. Let me go through the ingredients so that you can get everything prepared, and then we'll make it together. So what you're gonna need today is, and actually, we're also going to be experimenting in this version as well, because I've been asked by my husband, who does a lot of weightlifting, to try to incorporate protein into the recipe. So what we're gonna do at the end is we're actually gonna split out the batter into 1/2, which is kind of just the original recipe, staying true to that. And then the other half, we're gonna mix in some protein, and we'll see how those come out. I know you're thinking, why would you put zucchinis in brownies? But you'll see why after we've baked the brownies. They're actually going to add a lot of juice and make the brownies have that fudgy consistency. And we were able to pick up some amazing produce today, so I'm really excited about these zucchinis. I think they're gonna be a really delicious addition. Okay, so let's see how much that is. So I've just got a measuring cup here as well so that I know when to stop grating. So it's not quite a cup yet, and we're gonna need 2 cups. I'm gonna keep going.
we're used to make vegetarian type patties.
Yeah.
They do like zucchini and like waffle type dishes.
Oh.
We get the zucchinis and then we would get like a clean pizza.
Yeah.
And you have to wring out all the ingredients.
Yeah, so that's similar to what we're gonna be doing as well. But we're gonna use paper towels because we're not so fancy. We're not so fancy here at Yummy Yummy Kitchen. All right, so I think that's pretty good. Another full cup. So we're gonna add this to the other cup. So now we've got 2 cups of grated zucchini that you can see here. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we've got the KitchenAid again, the mixer, but obviously you can also do this by hand. I'm just not so good at whisking stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna start with the wet ingredients first. So I'm gonna add in the 1/2 cup of agave syrup, which I previously measured out. So we've got 1/2 cup going in there. We've also got 1 egg, 1 large egg, which I'm gonna break into here, and hopefully I don't get any shell. We're gonna have 1/2 cup of coconut oil, which I melted down earlier. And then we are going to add a teaspoon of the vanilla extract. So all of your wet ingredients together. Oh, I've got it. I'm just measuring out 1/2 teaspoon here and adding that right in. That's looking pretty well integrated, so I'm gonna turn this off now, and then I'm gonna tip up the stand head, and then I'm gonna add in the rest of the dry ingredients. So I'm gonna add in the 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda that we still need to add. I'm gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then I'm gonna add in the 1/2 cup of cocoa powder and the cup of the whole grain flour. All right, so that's 1.5 teaspoons of the baking soda. And then I'm gonna take a 1/2 teaspoon of the salt. Perfect. So we have used all of those. Then we're gonna take a 1/2 cup of the raw unsweetened cocoa powder. And you can just buy all of these ingredients at your local supermarket. There's nothing special or fancy about any of these ingredients. And then you're gonna use the whole grain flour, the cup of whole grain flour. essentially what makes these brownies healthy is that you're using healthier versions of ingredients. It's looking nice and thick, nice and fudgy.
That's good now.
Well, don't eat it. It's got raw egg in it. My husband never listens to me. So it's kind of up to you how much you add, but I'm gonna add in a good helping. All right. So I've added in a bunch of chips. That in now, and then now we're gonna add in the zucchini, which I know you guys have been waiting for. I'm just gonna pat them dry as much as I can. All right, and then I'm gonna add them into the brownie mixture. Just like that. And then I'm gonna stir them in. Before it was really, really thick, and the zucchinis have just given it that kind of extra bit of moisture that it needed to be more of that fudgy, battery consistency, as you can see. So this is actually looking really good. So I'm just gonna eyeball this because we don't normally do this, but essentially, if you don't want to make the protein ones, what you would do is you would just take the batter that we've made here, and you would pour this into a non-stick brownie pan that you have sprayed with like rice bran oil, for example, which is what we're gonna do, or you can put parchment paper down and then you can bake it. That's generally what I would do, but because we're making a second batch, I'm just gonna eyeball a portion of this, put it into another bowl, add in some of this whey protein isolate from my husband, mix that in, and then we'll make 2 separate ones and we'll see how they come out. I'm actually really curious to see how they come out. All right, so I'm just gonna eyeball a bit. Maybe like that. So this is our protein batch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to put a second scoop in. These are gonna be extremely high protein brownies. So we're gonna have 60 grams of proteins in a couple different brownies. There we go. Your protein brownies. So let's see how we go with these. And then I'm actually just going to experiment with the protein brownies into these little cups. I mean, if we happen upon a yummy protein brownie recipe, I mean, we're winning. I think we'd have to work it out from the raw ingredients, but they'd be pretty good. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll actually put up the macros for the healthy brownies as well, so that you guys know what you're tracking to, in case you are on a diet, and that's why you are making these brownies. A little bit of one. And then what we're going to do is we're actually just going to fold over these. Alright, so we've got the normal brownies, or not normal brownies, we've got the healthy brownies, original recipe, and then we've got the protein brownies, which are actually looking much darker. Alright, so I'm just gonna put them in the oven, which you're gonna wanna heat to 190 degrees Celsius. This one here, and then I'll put this one right there. So I pulled these guys out, and this is the protein batch at 10 minutes. And honestly, it looks like a horrifying mess. However, we've just had one, and they taste like delicious chocolate cupcakes. So this is actually an amazing discovery. So if you want it to be a brownie, I would say bake it in a bigger tin and cook it for about 10 minutes. And essentially what you want is when you poke your toothpick in, I don't know if you can see, Hopefully you can see. But there's actually still a little bit of batter that's left on the toothpick itself. That's what you're looking for. So if you want it to be a brownie consistency, this is what you're looking for at the end of the bake. If you want it to be a cake-like or cupcake-like consistency, just bake it a little bit more, bake it a few more minutes. And this is my amazingly delicious, healthy, high-protein chocolate cupcake recipe. And my healthy alternative brownie recipe. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, let me know how you go. Comment down below and let me know how you went with this recipe. I'd love to see the results of your cooking.
Do you want to like set them all up so
They're
just put them on the thing? I think there's a pile of funny in it. Right?
They look like penises. They look really bad, but they actually taste amazing. It's pretty ugly, but I gotta say, it tastes amazing. It tastes really good.
Yeah, brownies are not about the look anyway, are they?
I mean, you kind of like want them to look pretty good. Anyway, let me know how you go.